studies complete. All Godwoken have complete. I take you now. The wellspring awaits. There you may fall, or you may rise. So it begins. The first Godwoken to enter the wellspring of ascension becomes divine. May the new divine be worthy. For the rest, may he have mercy on your soul. To the wellspring of ascension. Begin.
So this is it. The Arena of the One. I'll stand to my word, sorcerer. Godwoken. Whatever happens here, I'll fight at your side.
So good of you to come, Godwoken. You know, you are many things, but above all, you are reliable. Reliable to the point of being predictable. You came to the wellspring. I followed. The Lady Vengeance is, after all, my ship. And now here we all are.
It is time, mistress.
She gives you a long and steady look, as if it is the last time you shall see each other for the rest of eternity. Then she dips her chin in acknowledgement.
Yes, Vredeman. It is time.
What are you doing here, traitor? Does your scheming never end? I believed you, Dallas, when you told me I was chosen. But all this time, you were lying. You were trying to prevent my ascension. So, the Godwoken shall ascend.
You were right, mistress. He is an imbecile.
Not an imbecile, just misguided. Wiser ones than him were lured by the promise of all that power. It brought me ruin. Anyway, it all ends now. You see, Alexander, divinity isn't the solution to the world. Divinity is the problem. I am here to fix. And now, finally!
She raises the Aetherin. Like a divining rod to water, it seeks the wellspring, and finds it. The device hums to life.
Your curiosity has already caused enough suffering, Fane. Yes, I know who you are. You'll have time to figure it out.
We are done, mistress.
Yes, Vredeman, we are done. And so too, Godwoken, are you. Soon you shall be little more than relics of a bygone time, and this place shall be your tomb. Goodbye.
It might be wise to look for a way out of here.
Really? Do you think so?
The ritual has failed. The structure lies in ruins, but you have at least survived. You should feel relief, disappointment, confusion, anything but the rage that wells up from deep within you. The rage grows, burning hotter than the volcano itself, tearing at you, seeking to overpower your senses. The red mist wants to descend. The red mist feels like it does not belong to you. The red mist feels alive. And it wants you. A familiar figure materializes before you. A copy of yourself, enraged. Your own face glowers at you in hateful fury. It opens its mouth. And your furious god begins to speak.
You are the worst mistake I have ever made. I gave you everything, and yet you would renounce me. I want it all back. All of my power. Everything I gave you. And I want it now, before it's too late. Before the others come to take what's mine. Give yourself to me now, child. Give yourself to Amadia, body and soul. I found you. I fed you. I gave you hope in the darkness, and then I led you into the light. But if you refuse to obey me, I will take it all.
You failure. You nobody. You weakling. Look me in the eye. I am Relic. I am god of this world. All that you are is mine. It shall be mine once more. Yield. Surrender yourself to your god, that he may right your wrong. Yield to Relic, that he may be god of Rivellon. You were infected. You were defiled. There was no room for me to speak with that creature you have inside you, bellowing at every turn. It is mercifully quiet now. Quiet enough for me to make my final plea. Yield to me. You won't yield by your own will. You will yield by mine. Yield to me!
The Titan lies in pieces before you. The god controlling it is dead by your hand. Lava roils as earthquakes rumble around you. Shockwaves of sound pierce the air, the growl of shifting ground. Suddenly, a voice echoes in your mind. It's Malady. Where the hell are you, she calls. Ah, find my beacon. We need to get out of here now. Her voice crackles and dissipates in your mind.
I guess when I said never again, I really meant... Okay. Okay. Hall of Echoes once more. Our home away from home. You mean everything that didn't happen? At least you managed to murder one of the 7. Quite the spectacle. I've never seen anything so... Let's talk about this later. I need to...
She casts her gaze around, taking in the streaming bluish...
At least, it's quite... I'm going to take a rest. Sort myself out. I suggest you do the same. This may be your last bit of respite before the storm blows in again, God...
Whatever time you need to gather yourself, my...
Yes, I am sorry. She had me built to hurry, but I will see myself destroyed rather than before. It shall be done.
Malady's face is drawn. She seems tired, somewhat subdued. She looks you over.
What's wrong with you? You seem... happy. Indeed. I've had some time to think, and there's a few matters I want to discuss before we carry on. I doubt you've forgotten the death of Meister Siva.
She swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, as though trying to dispel a dizzy spell.
She and I had a deal, you see. A deal that's now quite obviously defunct. According to it, the details aren't important now, it's just... Never mind. Another entangling alliance. But I won't be able to disentangle... So, are we? Allies, that is. The details are detailed. Suffice it to say that Meister Siva believed she could help me. So? Imagine if I'd have said the same when Dallas was about to blow you to smithereens on the high seas. Moving on. I found out where Dallas is heading. There's a great city not far from Driftwood, ARX by name. It's controlled by Magisters, so you'll have your work. You'll need to find her and take back what she stole, and quickly, before Dallas, or any of the others for that matter, cannot be allowed to use the powers of the gods. She doesn't understand what must be done. She doesn't understand how to rule. Given the alternatives, I consider you our very best. It's quite simple, really. Chaos is a fact of life, surer than any other. Power is one of the few. If wielded well, that line will mean stability, order, a comfort against the unknowable, changing forces of chaos. If wielded poorly, Dallas and the others like her, Alexander, the Mother Tree, the Prince of Shadows, they are little better than demons, really. They seek power at the expense of others, not to create stability, but to create servants. Look at my face, Godwoken. What do you see? I suppose we all see what we want to see. When I look in the mirror, I see balance. Balance between darkness and light, between good and evil. When the time comes for you to ascend, remember my face. Remember that despite any shortcomings you might have, if you can bring a semblance of balance to the world, you'll have done as good as the Seven did. And if you can be stronger than them, the Seven are gone, slain by their Godwoken, slain by you. You have the potential, the obligation even, to do better than they did, to create a better world than the world they made. I know what evil is, Godwoken. I've seen what chaos can do. It isn't how I picture. Now, there's little time to spare. We need to get you to ARX. Shall we go? Very good. How lucky for you I'm on your side. I'm probably the only one masterful enough to transport an ent. Captain Malady stands at the...
After the briefest moment of respite, Malady brought the Godwoken to ARX to recover the divine powers Dallas had snatched away. But the half-demon's secret was taking its toll on her.
Lucius! Fools! The bastard's going to ruin everything!